Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, currently here still in Ul'dah in the airship docks after we fled with Alphinaud and Cid from Garuda's lair from the Garleans, who just let their newest weapon eat the primals, and now we think what next. It is past time we return to the waking sense. To leave our headquarters in disrepair any longer would be to dishonor the memory of those who fell there. We have been brought to our knees, but we will rest, rebuild, and rise once more. I had no idea, Wild. Can only imagine how you felt when you returned that day. Tell me, Wild, does odd strike you as odd? I see signs of recent habitation. Could it be that we have trespassers? Maybe it's just my imagination. Come, let us proceed into the solar. Wait. Yda! Who goes there? Now, Yda, is that the way to greet a friend? Alphinaud? Weird? Cid? Wait, is this a dream? Not that I'm aware of. It's been a while, Yda. I don't believe it. I was so sure you'd been... This place has seen better days. You know, I wasn't actually here when... I was still in talks with at the Adder's Nest. The first I knew about it was when I came back and I saw... Yda. The church has taken care of the bodies, but that still left the stains. It was hard to know where to start. If Y'shtola hadn't been here to help me... Y'shtola is here too? Yes. She's not here right now. She's gone to Ul'dah to meet a man who might know what happened to the others. Papalino and Minfilia went among the dead, according to the church. Y'shtola thinks we were taken somewhere. Upon the orders of a black wolf, no doubt. Why would he want them? Because they possess something he desires. Knowledge of another power that can be brought to bear against the primals. One that Gaius has yet to harness. The Echo. Gaius will be aware of its existence, as well as the immunity it grants the gifted to the primal's influence. Powerful though his Allagan weapon may be, he would doubtless desire such protection. He means to use Minfilia to gain an understanding of the Echo. None of which explains how the Empire came to know the location of a waking sense in the first place. No matter. The Empire has shown its hand and now we must act. It is up to us to rebuild the science and save the Eorzea. Can I count on you, Yda? What? Oh yes, of course! Whatever you need! We can discuss our next move upon Y'shtola's return. For now I say, we rest. Cid sleeping, standing up. At least we sit.
Hear, feel, think.
Huh?
Bringer of light, brave gatherer of the crystals, thy soul burneth bright. I am Hydaelyn, all made one. Hearken unto me now, for the darkness doth begin to spread. Wear thee the bearer of the crimson brand, for he is the avatar of shadow, whom death attendeth always. The crystals shall be thy salvation, thy blade and shield both. Steel thyself, for at the appointed hour thou shalt stare into the heart of darkness. Go with caution, my child, but fear not, for I am ever with thee.
Thanks, Mom. Y'shtola. Y'shtola. Well, I see you in Avenor safe, and Sid. That we five should meet each other thus defies simple explanation. It's as if a benevolent hand of Master Louisoix guides us still. He would not see us undone so easily. Not now, when the need is so great. I know where Minfilia and the others are being held. Where? An Imperial stronghold in the heart of Mordorna. Castrum Sentry. An Imperial custom. It was to be expected, I suppose. Gaius may have called it a weapon of ancient Alak, but I saw extensive Magitech modifications. Alright, let's do this. Let's go and rescue Minfilia and the others. Yep. The rescue of our allies will be no small undertaking, Wilt. Even under normal circumstances, breaching the defenses of an Imperial castrum would be a highly dangerous proposition. But now that Castrum Sentry houses prisoners whom the Garleans deem valuable, we may be confident they have taken additional measures to ensure the stronghold's security. If we are to free our friends, we will require an effective strategy, and if we are to formulate an effective strategy, we will require intelligence. I believe I know a man who may be able to assist us in this. Lord Portalan of House Durandare. He's stationed at the observatorium in Corvus. Let us go to him and beseech his aid. Let's go to Corvus then. Unfortunately, the observatorium still does not have an Everite. So, Sir Portalan, been a while. Ah, well, the man who unmasked the heretic in our midst. To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? You're an associate of Y'shtola, but of course, Lord Drillmond confided to me that you were a scion of the Seventh Dawn. Castrum Sentry, what interest have you in the Imperials? They hold several of our number, whom we intend to free. Any information you can provide would be greatly appreciated. I see, that might explain our scouts' reports. They observed 4 prisoners being led into the castrum, a Huron woman, an Elysian male, and 2 Lalafell, 1 male and 1 female. It's them, it has to be. Minfilia, Urianger, Papalimo, and Tataru. If that scant morsel is of use to you, you may also be interested to hear about a more recent incident. An Imperial airship made an emergency landing here in Corvus not long ago. 2 men believed to be prisoners, a Rogan and a Lalafell, were seen fleeing the craft. What did you say? A Rogan and a Lalafell, Master Garland. Neither wore Imperial dress and both seemed disinclined to wait for rescue. Hence our assumption they were prisoners. Well, I'll be damned. It's Biggs and Wedge. Trust those 2 rascals to escape. We must find them, Wade, and soon. The Imperials will not rest until they are captured or killed, and if Biggs were given a choice, I fear he'd take the latter. Freeing those held in Custom Century will require substantial planning and preparation. As such, it is an endeavor that will admit some slight delay. The matter of the escapees, by contrast, will not. Shortly after the prisoners vacated the airship, our scouts observed Imperial troops setting off in pursuit. It's likely only a matter of time before they catch them. If you wish to see your comrades again, you'd best act now. If, as has been suggested, the Garleans took our fellow science prisoner in hopes of understanding the echo, it seems reasonable to assume they will not be executed until such time as the study is complete. But Biggs and Wedge are not scions, nor do they know aught of the echo. As Lord Portland said, this may prove our only chance to rescue them. I say we seize it. Thank you, everyone. You won't regret this. Final preparations are almost complete, my lord. There stands the culmination of 5 long years of painstaking work, but all our efforts will be vindicated when the Emperor's vision becomes reality. At last, we have the power to purge this land of its false gods. We shall give the ignorant children of Eorzea the security and stability they so desperately crave, and which their spineless leaders have so palpably failed to provide. As you say, my lord, rest assured our engineers will not rest until the weapon is fully armed and operational. Retatin, you depart for custom Occidents at midnight. You will command the Western Front in Vilbrand. The Eorzeans will attempt to interfere with our plans. You will see that they do not. My lord, if it be your will, I shall carry it out to the best of my ability. I live only to serve the Empire. Yet, forgive my impudence, but is it proper to give command of half our forces to a... I have given you nothing, Perfectus. You've earned it. That will be all. Dismissed. Yes, my lord. My quarters. 1 hour. My purpose here is to reconnoiter Garlean activity along Abalafia's spine. Owing to this, I have the honor of being acquainted with Y'shtola. Now, the report of the Imperial airship's emergency landing came to us by way of Desma Darkhold, situated to the west. Our man stationed at the entrance, a knight named Bryseld, may be able to tell you more. So as to expedite your mission, I shall furnish you with a letter of introduction. I pray that you will soon be reunited with your comrades. May the Fury grant you strength. And if you want, you can carry this quest along, which unlocks the dungeon Desma Darkhold. It's a level 44 dungeon. You stand before Desmai Darkhold, a subterranean fortress excavated by the great Ishgardian house of the same name. None but authorized personnel may enter. I have a letter here. A letter from Lord Portolan. So you have come about the Imperial airship. According to our scouts, the vessel had scarce touched the ground when a pair of men, captives by all account, burst forth and bolted. Imperial soldiers have since been sighted in the area, seeking to recapture them. What? The captives are like to be your friends, you say? But let us pray that they are yet a step ahead of their pursuers. The emergency landing reportedly took place near the Aurum Vale, situated south and west of here. I suggest you take your search there. Seek out a knight named Piermont. He should be able to assist you. On target. Anyway, Aurum Vale, which is this little cave here. Piemont. The Imperial airship. I saw it approach to land with my own two eyes. I hastened to the landing site, arriving just in time to see the vessel take to the skies again, but not before it deployed a detachment of troops. Graf's orders were being barked, and there was an air of consternation about them. Alright. There were prisoners aboard the airship, it seems, and they seized the opportunity to flee when the vessel was forced to land. The Garleans who were deployed formed search parties and proceeded to scour the wilderness. In order to alert our forces, I returned to my post. To find evidence that someone had been here in my absence, whoever they were, they tried the door to no avail and decided to go elsewhere. In all, I marked 2 sets of footprints, one large and one small. If you search the area, mayhap you will be able to follow the prints of their owners. Alright. Nope, they still haven't sped that up. I would have thought they would have done this. Just reduce the cast time of the surveying. This should be the last one. Yeah. Search under the bridge. Oh, so cold. I want to go home. Hey, Wedge. Please don't eat me. I'm not nearly as succulent as I look. It's all skin and bones underneath, I swear. Wilt, it's you. Thank goodness you're here. It's been awful. The Garleans are snapping at our heels like a hungry pack of wolves. I was so hell-bent on evading them I almost ran headlong into a monster escaping more. Thrice! And when I finally found cover, it hit me how cold and hungry I was. Have you seen Biggs? Biggs? He isn't here. He went off to a different direction to lure our pursuers away. It's me, Sid. Have you had any success? Hey, Sid, I found Wedge, but it seems Biggs is elsewhere. Track down Wedge. That's wonderful news. Now, what of Biggs? Well, as I said, elsewhere. He apparently lured the Garleans away from the little guy. I see. Well, it hardly surprises me that the big fellow went off as he did. For all the tongue lashings he gives Wedge, he's always taken care of him. I scoured the area surrounding the Darkhold, but I have nothing to show for it. At any rate, we know for a fact that Biggs headed west. With both Yda and Y'shtola helping out, I'm sure he'll turn up soon. Now then, I make my way over to your position while keeping an eye out for Biggs. If memory serves, there should be an Ishgardian fortification not far from to your west. Monument Tower, I believe it's called. Let us meet there. There, Hope. Was that Master Garlean you spoke with? Yep. After 5 long years. Thank goodness he's alive. I'm feeling better now, Whit. Let's go to Monument Tower and wait for the chief to arrive. Well met and welcome, adventurer. What brings you to this frozen corner of the realm? The little guy here. Oh, it would seem your companion has caught a chill. Come and warm yourself by the fire. I will bring you a hot broth. How are you feeling now, then? Stay here as long as you need. The same goes for you, friend. 'Tis plain you have a hard journey ahead of you. You must find rest when you can. Just a warm place here in the Caucasus Central Highlands. I'm fine now, thanks to you. But I can't bear to think that Biggs is alone in the cold, with Garleans on his heels. He lured the enemy away for my sake, and now he's suffering for it. I hate to have to rely on you again, Whit, but do you think you could search for Biggs? I haven't the slightest notion where he might be at the moment, but maybe... just maybe the people here have seen him? A rugged gentleman dressed in the same manner as your companion. I'm sorry, he did not come by here. Let me think for a moment. I would not waste your hopes unduly, but there's a cave situated a short distance to the south. We call it the Fury's Gaze, and it may be worth a while to investigate. I make this suggestion only because your friend seems like a selfless sort. Rather than drawing the enemy to this tower, may have been elected to pass us by. Okay, I honestly would have expected they would have at least removed this quest. Because we go there now and notice Biggs not there. Fight the monster and come back. Revenants. Be careful not to accidentally put the plasmoids who are significantly higher level than the revenants. Well, were you able to learn anything? Not in this area. Well, that stands to reason, I suppose, seeing as he was trying to lure the Garleans away from me. But where in this vast sea of snow and ice could he be? We can't give up. We must find Biggs before he succumbs to the cold, or else we catch it. There must be someone in this tower who can help us, even if it's only to tell us where else to look. Ask them for me. Ask anyone who will listen, and hurry! Biggs' chances of survival grow slimmer by the moment. Your friend is lost in the wilderness, you say? If he's not to be found around here or in the vicinity of a Darkhold, it's possible he made for Whitebrim. To reach it, one must travel through the Niffen Pass, the southern end of which lies to the north and east of here. While I make no guarantee that your search will bear fruit, it's surely better than worrying in idleness. I wish you luck. Oh, and one more thing. Do tread warily when climbing the stairs here. Not a moon ago I nearly broke my neck when I slipped and took a tumble. By the way, these are Rose Knights. Recognizable by their shield. The Knights of House Helenard. Our orders are to take you back dead or alive. Which will it be, engineer? Why don't you come and find out, Tinhead? Wait. It's well that you're here. The situation is grave. Pix is in a bad way. We need to do something right now. Yda has the right of it. He will perish if we delay. With me. He's not alone. Kill them all. How did you know where to find me? We searched everywhere else. Hold your ground, reinforcements are coming. The more the merrier, I pound you all into next Umbrella. Yda, less provoking, more pummeling of the kind. More than gods. How many of them are there? More than conductive to merriment. Next time, Yda, have care what you wish for. It's the last of them. Can you please let me go? Sagittarius used Holmgang. Which is weird that he has it at level 42 when I get level 50. My thanks. Another moment, and I would have... He's been out too long in the cold. We must find shelter for him. Monument Tower. Wedge is there. Monument Tower, you say? Very well, Yda. Very well, Yda and I shall bear him there with all haste. Sid will be so happy to see Biggs and Wedge again. Ah, I love reunions. I cannot thank you enough for it. The same goes for the rest of you. Thank you all so much. Oh, don't mention it. We are a family, are we not? Well, yes, it's just I didn't think I'd ever see him again. I owe the lot of you my life. And you saved Wedge's two-year-old. I'm losing count of how many I owe you. Biggs, Wedge! Gods, it's good to see you two again. Chief, it's you! It's really you! In our hearts, we knew you were still alive, but to finally see you in the flesh... When Alfredo told me on the waking sense, I feared the worst. What happened? The enemy struck with nary a warning. We didn't stand a chance. Wedge and I were in the workshop when they came. Before we knew what was happened, the Imperials had us at gunpoint. It must have been awful. There is one thing I don't understand, though. How did the Garleans get there so fast? I mean, the immortal flame should have seen them coming, right? I myself have asked the same question. That day, when I returned to the carnage at the waking sense, I noted not a miss in horizon. Nothing at all to suggest the passing of an Imperial force. From this I conclude that the Garleans came neither by land nor by air. Nay, They were born there by potent teleportation magics. Magics of a kind used by the Asians. Carry on. We were bound, blindfolded, and bundled into the cargo bay of a waiting airship. I can't rightly say how long we were aboard, but when the time came for us to disembark, we found ourselves in the middle of an Imperial stronghold, Custom Sentry. Upon arrival, we were marched off into the main complex. Biggs and I were thrown into a detainment cell together, while Minfilia and the others were taken elsewhere. That was the last we heard of them. Custom Sentry. What happened next? Well, we were held in isolation for what felt like years, but was probably moons or maybe only weeks. And then, without warning, the Imperials collected the pair of us and put us on another vessel, which we found out was bound for Garlean, much to our dread. We knew that if we were taken back there, we weren't like to leave again. So, risky though it was, we sabotaged the ship's altitude control and thereby forced an emergency landing. And in the midst of the ensuing chaos, we managed to slip our captors. The rest, as they say, is history. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a likely story. Sabotaging the altitude controls of an airborne vessel? That would have been Biggs' handiwork. Like as not. You're always very resourceful in a tight spot, my friend. Oh, shucks. Wilt, thank you for returning my dear assistance to me. It would seem I owe you yet another debt of gratitude. There are still many questions in my mind, but the answers can wait. Minfilia and the others still want for rescue. Alright, you lot. Garlean Ironworks is back in business. Let's go and give the Imperials what form. Rah! Rah! I knew its chief was still alive. Deep down I always knew. And he looks healthy too. Well, he could do with a shave, I suppose, but other than that... Thank goodness you found me, Will. I would have frozen or drowned or being eaten by a mud puppy if it weren't for you. Thanks to you, Biggs and Wedge are with us again. Now we must find a way to rescue Minfilia and the others. God knows we've kept them waiting too long already. Based on what we've learned, I believe it's safe to say they're being held at Custom Sentry. So let us convene at Revenant's Toll in Modona. 'Tis as good a place as any to prepare, and better than most. The road leading east and south will get you there. When we arrive, let us seek the advice of our local adventurers. We're bound to learn a thing or two that will benefit our mission. But we will do that next time, and the path he means is the path here past Vale, out there. And I think I start the next episode when we enter Modona for the first time. Until then, I am Ace, and don't get lost.